Okay, so hello. Um, Norgus has just informed me that she is pretty sick and will not be able to be here today. So I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to show you the hand exercises that I do that I promised you guys um, that I'm doing to help me to avoid having to have carpal tunnel surgery. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. This is all new to me. I've not done StreamYard before. I've been live before. This is only the second time I've been live. So please forgive me. I'm going to show you, I do these exercises with a 2 pound weight, but I started out doing these exercises with no weights. So the first one I do is hold on, let me get in the camera. I go up, down and up and down and up, and I do that 10 times. And then I go side to side, side to side 10 times. Then I turn my wrist this way and I go down and up and down and up. Okay. And then the other one, gosh, I'm not finding my camera very well. I turn my wrist over, darn, like this, and I go up and down, up and down, up and down. Oh my gosh. You can tell I'm new to this, right? Um, and then there are these hand exercises that some of them I learned from Ask Dr. Joe, which is on YouTube. Great therapist to find new ideas from. And others I just did them myself. And my therapist said that they were great to be doing. And what I do is I take my thumb and I touch each finger and then I come back. And each rotation there and back is 1 time. And I do that 10 times on both hands. And then this one I know for sure that I learned from Dr. Joe, and she does it without the hand being there, but I can't get my fingers to bend, so she suggests doing these, and you do it even on your thumb. You can see back there my thumb, and you hold. She says hold for a count of 30. I started out just holding for a count of 10, release, and do those on both hands. And then I do some spreading out. And a lot of times what I do is I do these before I'm going to crochet to get my hands ready. And then we have some other people in the room. Hi, everyone. If you'd like to come live with me, let me know and I'll send you the link. If I can figure out how to do it, right? Yes, I can figure it out. I see it there. Okay, so then the other thing that I do is I do like a wave. and then I do it so that my fingers are like this and open, and trying to remember if there's any others that I do. I don't want to forget. And some of these help with arthritis because it strengthens the muscles both in your hand and in here around the tendon. And that's the problem with the tendonitis and with carpal tunnel is the muscles a lot of times aren't strong here. So doing the hand exercises helps to make them stronger. And for all those who have been following me, I wanted you to know that I don't have to have surgery. I went and I saw the doctor, and he said no surgery needed. The surgery would be optional, and he said that the rod that is broken is still attached to the spine, and he could go in and he could take out the broken pin, but that doesn't guarantee it'll take away the pain. And so I was like, okay, but I'm always in pain. Why am I always in pain? And he said that he doesn't know. For a doctor to tell you he doesn't know, I mean, that's frustrating, right? But when I had my spinal surgery and I had the rods put in and the fusion, I was told that it was possible that the damaged nerves would never heal. And evidently they haven't. And they probably never will. And if you can see me, I'm in the hospital bed. Those of you who've seen my live before know that I was in there in this hospital bed before. I did ask the doctor, forgive the glare on my glasses. I did ask the doctor, how long would I be in this hospital bed? And he said, for the foreseeable future. So I don't get to sleep with my spouse, which is very frustrating for me and for him. But it is what it is. That's what my husband always says. It is what it is. We just have to live with it and do the best we can with it. I get very frustrated because I can't do the things I want to do. And I learned something yesterday that I hadn't thought of. I was doing an exercise where I was standing, and imagine this is my leg and this is my back, and I was standing on the step and putting it out behind me like that. And I was also doing the donkey kicks that I'm sure all of you are familiar with. And I discovered that it's causing me pain because last night I had a very hard time sleeping. That's why I wasn't there today, Norgus. Darlene, sorry. But what do? Do I just give up? No. I'm going to keep trying to make my back stronger and my core stronger. And hopefully I will be able to do those to lift my bottom because I'm heavy. And I'm trying to lose weight and get stronger. So hopefully I'm not in as much pain. So that's a lesson I wanted to teach you guys in case you haven't thought about it. If you are exercising and you hurt the next night, evaluate, what did I do today? Maybe what did I do that was different? And think about, okay, how could I do it different the next day that I go to exercise? Or do I need to just leave that out altogether for now and maybe forever? I don't know with the issues that I have with my back if that is something I will ever be able to do. But there are things that I used to not be able to do that I can now do. Um, but I have a lot to contend with. I have the rods infusion in my spine. I have spinal stenosis and degenerative disc disease in my spine, osteoporosis and osteoarthritis, and fibromyalgia, all that hurt my spine and other parts of my body. But I don't want to give up. And I know that God wouldn't want me to give up. So I'm going to keep booking along here. And I hope that all of you know that if you need to talk, you can get a hold of me um, by putting a message on um, Facebook, which my Facebook is Denise Volt, or you can contact me on Instagram. I'm Vulture the Dumpster Diver on Instagram. That is my other YouTube channel. Or you can just leave a message on Anything is Possible on one of my videos, on this one if you need to, and let me know, hey, I need some encouragement. I'm having a hard time. Because I want you guys to succeed just like I want myself to succeed. My friends are important to me, and I consider all of you my friends. I wish that there was someone else in the chat that could come on here and talk to you. I'm going, but there's not today, and that's okay because Darlene is sick, and we can't have her coming on here when she's sick. But I do want to let you know that I do want to do interviews with any of you. Darlene, you can't come on. You're sick, sweetie. She wants me to send her the link. Um, I do want you to know that I want to interview people with other problems. Darlene says she's going to come on. Let's see if I can figure out how to make this work. I am so sorry, guys. This is all new to me, StreamYard. The last time I went live, I just used YouTube. But it's become even more confusing for me. Let's see. Oh, I don't have my volume up. I can hear what's going on. I'm sorry, give me a second. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. Hello, Darlene. Hi, just Sandy. How are you? I'm not hearing Darlene, and I don't know why. Darlene, are you talking? Oh, okay. There we go. All
Okay.
right.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Welcome.
Oh yeah. If I'd had my clothes on, I could have. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to participate because, just like you said, I know what it's like. And this morning I woke up like that, and on top of having virus, you wake up, can't stand up good. You can't. Um, it's just hard. And it's not just a weight thing. And, people make you feel like it's a weight thing if you lose weight or if you do this or you do that. Um, but no, I lost, when I lost 100 pounds, I still
Wow, I did
hurt.
not know you did that.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Well, about 10 years ago, maybe. And I have gained 50 of it back. But my husband was upset. He said, well, I thought he said that if you lost the weight, you wouldn't hurt. And he was very angry at my rheumatologist. And the rheumatologist says, well, rheumatoid doesn't know age, weight, um, or anything like that. And he said, but if I hadn't have took off the weight, I would have been in a wheelchair because of my knees.
Ah, oh,
But
now I can't see.
yeah, oh, you can't see anything.
I can see, but I can't read anything in the chat.
Let me see.
Hey,
Oh, Mary,
Mary.
yeah, Mary's in. Hey, hey, ladies. Sandy, thank you for coming on this morning. And anytime, Denise, that you don't see me on, check out Tracy or Sandy,
Okay.
because that's Sandy does it. But even once I lost the weight, it I had neck surgery first,
Oh, really?
and
What was wrong with your neck?
5 of my discs had to be replaced, and I
Wow.
have a metal. I have the 5 middle ones. So I have a metal plate and screws, and I know you guys can't tell. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can't tell. I mean, you move your neck and everything, and
Oh, a lot better than before the surgery.
wow.
So, there's been neck and shoulder, and um, they can't do the back.
Why not?
They said there's nothing more they can do. Here, the past few months, I've had Vasette injections. Then I had epidurals. Oh, I'm lagging. Let me see. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Um, but they did epidurals, and finally the doctor told me. He said, my pain doctor. He said, "There's really nothing else." He said, "You don't need this last one." He said, "There's nothing that we can do, and it's only another procedure that's not going to help you." So I
Wow.
told him, I said, "Thank you." And I said, "I really, really appreciate your help and all that you've done." And he said, "Well, that's unusual for somebody to say that when they're told there's nothing else that can be done." I said, "Well, no, now I won't have to keep thinking in my head, well, what if?"
Yeah.
And it took a weight off my shoulders. It really did. And I know that sounds weird.
Well, they're only human. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not God. Only God can take it all away.
And I know I come on and I'm extra silly, and but you can't see somebody's disability all the time.
True.
And I just, when I was listening to you and you was talking about trying to exercise and do whatever you can to help yourself, I thought, no, I've got to get up and go in there at my computer, and I don't have to worry about getting dressed. I can just go on without the camera.
True.
And
True. True. We're very glad to have you.
and
Mm.
yeah, and your voice needs to be out there more.
Well,
Uh,
I'm trying. I'm trying. I want to interview people with all kinds of disabilities, and I'm trying to think of more things that I can talk about. And um, if you saw the video, you probably didn't. We put it on Vulture. I got a new camera for a very early birthday present, Um, but and it's got the ability to take pictures and to record. And he said, if you're going to be on YouTube and you're going to be doing eBay, of course, I'm a reseller as well, then you're going to need this. And I was like, okay, if you say so.
Well, and
um,
you see what Sandy says. She says she hides the pain with laughter.
yeah, I'm. I guess you guys haven't really seen it so much on camera, but I'm very goofy. I like to joke around. I think they call it sarcastic jokes, but I do it. Um, and most of my friends, hi, Darlene B. Most of my friends know that that's my just my different type of joking, and I tell people if I don't joke with you, I don't like you. So um, and sometimes I have to go back and ask people, did I hurt your feelings? Are you having a bad day? Because sometimes being jokative can hurt people's feelings if they're having a bad day. So I like to make sure that I'm not hurting anyone's feelings. But Darlene, I wanted to ask you, um, what exactly is your disability? You mentioned you have rheumatoid arthritis. What is
Um,
that? The
uh,
only thing you have?
oh, girl, no. I have rheumatoid. I have what degenerative disc disease. I have
Doesn't
osteoarthritis. Of course, fibro, and I don't know what's going on with me having. I think they're panic attacks. I thought they were seizures, but
Oh
I,
wow.
yeah, I had one this weekend as well, and so I kind of put everything into what I do, but I get so much back from all of you. Like you, when I come across your first and watched your video, I was like, you're just awesome, and it's like
Thank you.
you inspired me. And yes, you're just starting out with doing this, but you're going to end up. People are going to start showing up. They'll start showing up for your lives. We've just got to get your name out there.
Yeah.
There's That's what I wanted to do initially, was one day be able to touch on the base of being disabled, but judges looking at you like you're just lazy. Um,
Yeah. It took me a while to get my SSI. My husband is also disabled, and he has panic attacks himself, and he has some sinus damage.
yeah.
He's had rhinoplasty and sinus surgeries. And he was born with a cleft lip
Hmm.
and a cleft palate, but we didn't know the cleft palate until after we were married. But he fought hard. It took him 10 years to get his disability. Then, when he got it, I lost mine.
Yep.
The only thing I have, thank God that I have it, is the um, um, insurance part. I can go see the doctor and I don't have to pay for it. And I get my medication, but I don't get any money anymore. And it's very hard, but we've always lived off what my husband made. So I'm trying to supplement it a little bit now because we're trying to um, remodel our house. He's trying to give me um, a handicap bathroom.
Oh my goodness, that's exactly what we're going to have to do. And I know by now you probably know who Mama is.
Yes. And I pray for her all the
Oh,
time.
thank you. And we all live in a house together, and you know, I said we got to look around because not only long term, Mama needs it, of course, and there's things that have helped me, like a bar beside the toilet. Nobody really
Oh,
wants to
yes.
talk about that you
Oh,
have to
yes.
lift yourself up from. And so all of these things that we need done, it's like, it's hard. It feels weird when you call yourself handicapped.
It
And people,
does.
yeah, and people look at you like, well, you don't look handicapped.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I have people stare at me all the time when I'm in my wheelchair, and little kids will look at me, and their parents are like, "Don't stare." And I'm like, "No, no, no. If they want to know why I'm in the wheelchair, I'm
yeah,
more than willing to tell them why." And I
um,
tell them at their level. You know,
I know Thursday I jumped off real fast.
I
Um,
don't think I was on Thursday.
yeah, it was like I cut off even before 10:30, and I was hurting so bad. Oh my gosh! And I was like, I told um, Lizanne as soon as I got off. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm hurting so bad, my lower back." I said, "I can't even hardly breathe. I'm hurting so bad." Well, it
Oh
wasn't until
wow.
that night I figured out I had not taken any of my morning
Oh
medicines.
yeah, I remember you talking
Yeah,
about that Monday.
yeah. So my husband said, "Well, how did you forget?" Well, I was busy trying to get things set up and I just
Yeah.
forgot. But it doesn't take long for, the pain to get that bad. Am I silly? Yes. Um, and, but you have to get past, uh, and one thing I do want to stress, because people will come across this that are disabled, it hurt when a doctor pretty much told me, he said, well, do you exercise? And he was a spinal surgeon. He saw the disc, he saw the bulges. And I said, well, no, I was told just aquatic. And he said, well, do you even work?
How can you?
So I'm like, no. So then to hear a judge say, well, if you would walk and exercise, that would increase endorphins. And not only would it help your weight, it would also, you would not have to take antidepressants because you don't have a medical reason to take antidepressants. He said, you just need to exercise. I
So you
cried.
didn't.
I cried.
So you did not get SSI?
It's not. It's. I finally, and I hadn't even said it really right out on my channel, but I finally got approved
Oh, good.
after 5 years, and they have X-rays from my head as far as anything you can imagine, down to my feet, and it even said
Wow.
arthritis even in my feet, so I won't be able to stand at a job, sit
Yeah.
very long. That's why long days that I sit, I can't hardly move when I get up.
Yes, I understand that.
But
I spend
yeah,
most of my days in this bed. I
well,
mean, I can go and sit for a little while, but then I have to come back to my bed. I have to tell my husband, sorry, I got to go to the bed.
well, and there's sometimes, Denise, I try not to even lay down, and it hurts so bad to be in this chair, and my legs are moving because I keep them moving up under the desk, and I switch a lot how I move. But to get in the bed and then try to prop up, and I know you're going to understand this, try to get a pillow to fix one way or the other way, and you finally get fixed. And then if you have to move for anything, then it's a shooting pains.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, sometimes I just stay up because, it's like, well, the chair or the bed. Um, uh, Mary said that's when she almost decked the guy. Well, it wasn't in person. It was telephonic. And the last time I went, I cried. I just sat there and cried. Um, and he still cheated me out of just about all of my back pay. I hadn't got anything yet,
Oh, wow.
but just from the paperwork, he did all he could do because he was appealed, and they told him he made mistakes. When they said that, the
Wow.
appeals court said that, it made him angry, so he did whatever he could do legally to cut me out of all he could.
Mary, I had to get a lawyer involved to get my SSI. Um, and when you get a lawyer, it's not like going and getting a regular lawyer. You need to get one that is knowledgeable about getting SSI and who's done it before and has good track record. And when they file your case, they're only allowed a certain amount total.
To 25%.
Yeah. Um, but once it hits, I think like it used to be, once it hit like 6,000, they couldn't get any more than that.
They can't. Mary, if you get in touch with Casey, he has this. Oh, well, you're probably in another state. I was going to say there's in the state of Alabama. If I'd known this before I hired an attorney, I had to do all the footwork. I had to
I
get,
did that,
yeah, I
and
had to
my
get,
lawyer still got all the money.
yes, yes, a quarter of what little bit that judge
Mm-hmm.
awarded, and we still hadn't got it. Don't
Yeah.
know when I'm going to get it, but you know, I did get upset night before last, and but then I prayed for God, to please forgive me because I had gotten angry at the judge again, and I wasn't talking about it. It was in my head, and I
Right.
was thinking it out. And then I said, Lord, please forgive me because you're going to give me what my needs are.
Yes.
You're going to give me just whatever that we need as a family. So I had to rethink. And no, Sandy, he didn't have an MD. Oh, you guys, the first person to decide nothing was wrong with me was a psychiatrist, and I was going because of my rheumatoid and my
Wow.
all my arthritis. So it was a court appointed psychiatrist I seen, and he came back and they decided on what he said that nothing was wrong with me.
Wow.
And we make a joke, and you've heard me. I'll say, "Dang it, what's her name?" Pointing down at Liz or at Sandy or somebody. I do. It's things that I really do. We make a joke of it, and I do joke. I have to, but I hate losing my words.
Oh, I do that all the time,
Yeah,
and it's so frustrating.
I have stood in Casey's room. My son, he does the Port Church Network, so he lives here too, Casey. Um, I have went in his room before to tell him something, and I think it was about a quilt. But I just stood there, and he said, "What, Mom?" And I bust out crying. I
Oh
said,
well,
"How can I just forget a simple word?" You know.
I know.
And that was before I started YouTube. So, but he had started Porch Church, and Sandy and Mary, and then they've been with Casey since his jewelry sales. But doing YouTube has really brought me out of a lot of depression,
That's good. That's
and
good.
meeting people like you, or I don't know if you was on when Joel was on, and he's the one from Australia.
I
He
don't
did.
think so.
Um, I think he was on Monday or Tuesday this, but he doesn't let anything get him down, and he has spina bifida, and
Wow.
he's amazing to me. Now he does not like to say that anybody's inspired by him. He said because he's just living his life. He's just an ordinary person living his life,
You
and
got to
he,
believe in yourself.
yeah, and he said what drew him to me was my imagination, and he's called spiritual superhero coaching, and he firmly believes in people using their imagination to um oh Sandy says she's gotten bad about that lately too, about her words.
Well, I don't like that you guys have that problem too, but I'm glad to know I'm not the only one.
See,
Um,
that's why it's important that I had to jump on here with you to let you know that's very important what you're doing. And yes, you do need that camera. Your husband was right.
Thank
You
you.
do have to have the tools to do it. Um, I prayed a lot about it, and I got a rent to own, and when money comes in, I'll send that back and go ahead and pay cash for one and not have payments. But I just there's people out there that needs to see your smile. They need to know. And Sandy said she was in bed 23 hours a day before YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sorry about that, Sandy, but I'm glad you're not in the bed all the time. I would like to interview you too, Sandy. Any
there's
of you. I would love
there's
to interview you guys.
yeah, Tracy. Um,
Yeah, oh
Tracy
yeah.
Tracy deals with hers, and then there was somebody else that told me that most of their day they spent in bed. It's like if you've ever been um, busy, or I had two speeds, fast and stop. And when you get so slow and you feel like you can't do. I was a doer for other people, and when I couldn't even do for myself, I curled up in bed.
Yeah. My husband has said that he doesn't know how I have not let all of this get to me because I too suffer with depression. And I have had a couple of times when I've been severely depressed and withdrawn from the world. But he said, I don't know how you have not done that this time in this. It's been 6 years since I had this last surgery, but since I had my very first surgery, it's been like I think like 14, and having to be in the bed all the time and not being able to crochet because I like to crochet. Whenever I want, I like to cross stitch, and I can't do those things except when my hands say, "Okay, I can do this for a little while," and then when they start to hurt, I have to stop.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
I this a while ago when I told you I tried doing the hand exercises when you was doing it, and I was like, oh, this hurts. My right hand is one that has the trigger finger, the middle finger,
uh huh,
and oh my gosh, it's so swelled up right now, and it just hurts. But you just, sometimes you just have to you have to rearrange your house to
yes.
suit your needs. And
I'm looking to my left because over on my left is my two bookshelves, and I've still got more books. I read all the time, and yeah, we've rearranged, put things where they need to be, so it's easy for me to get to.
yeah, and Casey, about 18 months ago, he got washer and dryer that's on pedestal that's front load
Yes, I have
because
those.
I have sit on like a rolly stool, I call it. And, because I have to have some independence. I've got to.
Yes, and that's what I've told my husband because we
Um,
just moved into the house in January. We finally moved into the house. We got it back last August, and we finally moved in January. And we were living with my mother-in-law when I had my knee replaced, and before that, we were living in their backyard in a travel trailer, 200 square foot travel trailer. Four of us were in there, and the two youngest kids were in the house in the front, my mother-in-law's house.
yeah. Um, just a minute.
Yeah, I agree, Mary, to change according to your circumstances. And I mean, what you can do now may not be what you can do later. And like when we're going to build the handicap bathroom. I always want to call it a disability bathroom. I don't know why.
It's kind of the
Um,
same thing.
yes, we are doing a 4x5 because we don't know if my husband will end up having to be in a shower chair in the bathroom as well. So if so, we can have, well, I can't get both my hands in the screen, one on this end and one on the other end of the shower. And hold on one second. Okay, I'm back.
But yeah, I don't know how yet that it's going to. My husband's he's done got with somebody on how the bathroom will be arranged. I'm just hoping for it. I don't care how how it gets done.
Yeah. Well, my husband planning to do it himself. And he said that I have decided how the rest of the house gets painted and decorated and all that. He said the bathroom is my job. And I'm like, I don't even get to choose the paint colors. He's like, nope. And so, but he did get my opinion when it came to the tile that he's going to put in the walk-in shower. And they're blue and gray. So I'm like, well, you're at least going to make the color in the bathroom match that. We'll see. He won't tell me anything. Oh,
And Mary says that a loyal dog that was she gets discouraged and tired, and
come here, Scruffy.
all of us have helped
Come here,
dig
Scruffy.
her out of her slumps, and
Come here.
prayer really does too.
Oh, yes, yes. Come here. I'm going to get my dog to come up here to me so you can see her. Come here, Scruff. Come on. Come on. Everybody wants to see you.
Oh,
Hey, come on, baby. Hold on. If I can get her in this thing.
if you do the one that's got the smaller squares, and she could be seen more.
Okay. Let's see. Here
All
we
right,
go.
you should be.
Here we go. There we go. There.
Oh, what kind is that?
She is a Chihuahua mixed with a oh
Pekingese?
no, not a Pekingese, the other one. Um, hey, sweetie. Um, they usually have the little long mustache hairs and the beard and
Schnauzer?
everything. I'm sorry.
A schnauzer?
No, I can't think.
A palm.
A
Mary
Pomeranian.
said a Pomeranian?
It might be. I'm not sure. I don't remember what her daddy was, and her daddy was Chihuahua mixed with this dog too, this type of dog. So, um, oh, are you tired? You don't want to be on chat? But yeah, this is my dog, and my
Oh,
grandson named her. Um, and it's just been recently since we've moved in the house where she's really come to me because before she she didn't want much to do with me. And I'm like, you're my dog. Why don't you want anything to do with me? Latso? I don't think so. Hey, are you going to go do what I asked you to do? Okay. I asked my daughter to get something for me so I can show you guys something.
so how old are your children?
My oldest is 29, and then her best friend lives with us, and she's like an adopted daughter, and she's 21. And then my youngest is 14, and then my grandson is just fixing to turn 9. My daughter was stood up at the altar, so,
Oh,
but
well, that's
he
better
was
than a bad one.
he raped her too, so yeah. But you know, that's been a while, so we're glad that he left. All right, can you message her again, please?
Okay, one moment.
And ask her what kind of dog Scruffy's mixed with.
She's not mixed with anything.
Yeah, she's part Chihuahua and part something else.
She's not mixed with anything.
He tells me she's not mixed with anything. If you guys would be willing to let me interview Mary and just Sandy and Darlene B, I would love to do an interview of you guys. Yes, and
I'm back.
we Mary said that kids are still young. That is hard. It is hard, and I'm a homeschool mom too. And we have offered to take my youngest daughter is my husband's cousin's daughter's child. But her mama, my daughter's mama was raised as my husband's sister because they're Puerto Rican and that's kind of what happens a lot of times. And we have offered to take her Down syndrome child. But right now, she doesn't even have that child. It got taken away from her because there's allegations that she or somebody in the household that was living with her sexually abused her child.
Oh,
Oh, wow, Mary, I'm sorry.
yeah. I mean, I get that way too sometimes. Hey, Denise.
Hey, Denise. Good loving hugs back at you. I see you all the time. I see her everywhere.
Mary, you guys, I do that a lot of times. You guys might not know it because I'll just stare. I'll stare at the camera trying to be like, well, okay, I forgot my whole thing, my whole point. But that's why Dwayne said I had a three-legged hamster in my head that runs around and I jump to different points because sometimes I just, go completely off on another thing because I kind of forgot the point I was trying to make. But it helps when you have like two or three people on the panel with you because they're kind of like filling in the blanks.
Yeah. My sister does that a lot for me because I'm like, it's on the car and it rolls around on the road. She's like a tire. And I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to say, the tire, you
So,
know.
so in the mornings when it's real busy, it's when it's real busy in the mornings, at least there's somebody in the chat that's going to say, "It's this." Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Or somebody on the panel.
Well, when
And
it's your friend, somebody that you know, then you don't feel like you're stupid or
no,
you don't feel like you look like you're stupid. But when it's somebody that you don't know and you're doing that, you're like, oh my gosh, I bet you they think I'm stupid.
I've done. I mean, I've done it in the store, or you know, and
Yes.
I just tell somebody, "I'm sorry." My mind just shuts down sometimes. Or
Yeah.
and it is embarrassing. I mean, it is embarrassing to me sometimes if I run into somebody I used to work with and I'm talking with them, and then all of a sudden I just can't grasp a word or something, and then I start with the whole um, not hyperventilating, but panic attack.
Oh
I just
wow.
start. Um, it's embarrassing, and it's embarrassing because I think, oh, they're gonna think I'm really whacked out, or I'm on drugs, or I'm reading what.
Yeah, she said fill in the blank, lol, like on a test.
Oh no, her Denise said
Oh,
oh her dog jumped through the window through the screen, and the window slammed down on her finger and locked.
ooh. Are you okay, Denise?
Well, I had my art easel in my lap because a piece of it came off, and I really needed that piece to stay on because it's a drawer that comes out when it's standing full. So I had it in my lap with the hammer, and I, got one side hammered good. And why in the world, the other side, I had my finger holding it down, and I just hit my finger.
Oh,
I'm
how
like, really? Did I just do that? But
well,
Denise is like me. Our hands hurt. Our weather's about the same because she lives in Georgia, about 3 hours away
well,
from me.
I'm not too far away from you. I'm in Tennessee,
Oh,
so
that's right. So
I'm in Middle Tennessee.
so you kind of get the weather we get.
Oh yeah, and that up
Yeah.
and down, it drives me bananas. We call it bipolar weather.
Yes. Um, our air went out. They've got to get somebody to come again because it does it when it gets hot, and we start it up again. But I said, thank God for the cool nights because it's been really cool and we've had all the windows open. But so when it's that damp weather, I know for a fact, usually me and Denise start out, so are you hurting too? Got them back pains? Yes, Mary says social skills. So, you know, do when you know your social skills have kind of gotten off track and you put yourself out there um, on YouTube in front of, you don't never know who's going to come on. You just hold your head up and you just kind of um, say, I'm flawed. I can't help. This is what's wrong. And, people are going to either accept who you are and they'll keep coming back. Um, but everybody doesn't want channels like mine or channels like this of encouragement. A lot of people just want the foolishness that's out there.
Yeah,
So if that's what they want, then, you know,
Denise, did you get medical help for your finger?
oh, 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 it fell on her nail bed. Oh my
Ow!
gosh. Denise.
Ow!
And also clumsiness and craziness comes along with all this. It's like weird things come up,
Yeah,
you know. But it'll be good. Well, you can get some interviews out there. And I'm sorry that I feel like crap. My husband said, "Why am I hearing you over here?" And I said, well, I laid my phone down. I said, I was typing, and I said, but I decided to go in there so I could talk with her. Um, but yeah, it's been. I thought my husband ate his spicy. I made fun of it. Spicy crystal wings and stuff like that Sunday night, and he was up all night and he was sick.
ooh, yeah,
I
I
didn't eat it.
remember you saying
Yeah,
that.
well, see, I didn't eat any, and I got sick last night, and I've been that way today.
Oh, not good.
But and then I got thinking about it. So Sandy did the thing this morning, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't get in touch with you, so make sure to send me a Facebook request.
Okay,
And
I
then I
will.
remember who you said your husband is on Instagram.
Well,
That's
I'm the one that does all the social stuff. Although it's
okay.
both of our accounts, I'm the one that does it. He
Well, see,
doesn't
I
get
didn't know
all
who
much.
that was, and I was like, well, I don't know who this is. So I'll go ahead and, I'll go back and accept that. It's kind of weird too because you have to kind of be careful when you put yourself out there.
Oh, yes.
You just don't know.
Oh, I wanted to mention for those of you who don't know, on Facebook, I'm Denise Volt because it wouldn't let me put Vulture. And on Instagram, I'm Vulture the Dumpster Diver. That is my other YouTube channel. And I didn't want to have to deal with two Instagrams. So I just put a note in my bio and said, anything is possible is my other channel
Okay.
on YouTube.
Okay.
And my dog is Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix.
Oh, okay. Okay. That, that's good. Oh
Oh,
no.
I have picked up cussing again lately, and I don't know why because God and I have been dealing with this for a while, and I thought I'm doing so good. I'm very seldom ever cussing, and then I started cussing up again. I'm like, God, where's this coming from? I thought I was almost done with this.
It's
So
it's you know, it's a habit.
it is a very bad one.
It's it's a habit, and sometimes I'm not a heck. I hadn't been a prolific cusser in a long time, I could say, but I have words that I throw in there. I like oh fudge, and
Yeah.
I think it's Liz said that's the same thing. I said, well, Liz, and she said that is the same thing. You might as well say the other word.
Well, my husband has a different opinion because I asked him about that because one of my friends was saying exactly that. And he said, no, it's not. It's not cussing. Because I'll say, um, like fudge or shoot or dang or, things
Yeah.
like that. And he says, it's not cussing. It's a
Uh,
different word. Don't
Mine
worry.
is like doggone it. Doggone it.
Yeah.
That's another one of mine. But
Or
you
I'll
know,
say, oh my gosh.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and the on mine everybody is real good. You know, yes, I did when I first started out. I had to have a shake a cuss jar. I said, no, 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 you can't say
I've
that.
done
That was
that.
when I first started and start, but everything and then see Sandy doesn't say bad words on mine. She says all rutabagas because she don't want to have to come off no Sandy jewelry. But there's a good group. There's a good group with the morning ladies, Denise. They are.
Yes. And I hate when I don't get up enough early enough um, to be on there. Like last night, I had such a hard night getting to sleep, and I was like, I'm not going to make it in the morning. And I didn't think I was going to make it to go to the pool and exercise, but I actually did.
I looked to see what I text this morning, and when I looked at my text, I'm like, oh my gosh, they had to know I didn't feel good. And then the one I sent the other time I had to be out on a Friday, um, I had a weird word in there, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Uh, Tracy sometimes says, I just can't human, is what she'll say. I just can't even human. And
Yeah,
I
I've
know,
heard her say that.
huh?
I've heard her say that.
Yeah. Oh, Vulture the dumpster diver is your what IG?
Uh huh.
What's that? Is your other channel?
Yeah, that's my other channel.
Oh,
But
so you've come in under both.
yes, I have.
Yeah, because I've looked at both. I got both of them on here. And then wait, and then there's one Granny the dumpster diver too, isn't there?
No, that's not mine.
But have you seen
I
Granny?
know, but I think I've heard other people say something about that. And I'm like, no, that's not me.
Okay, let me see.
Listen,
Read what they're reading. But
I want
yeah.
to show you guys something. Um, I have a vulture on there on
Oh
my
yeah.
Denise Vault,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a vulture on my IG account as well. Okay,
I
I'm going to show you guys something.
I thought you was about to tell me you had one in for real.
Oh
I was
no,
getting excited. I was like, oh wow. She's got a real one.
No, but I want to show you something. I can't bend like normal. And hold on. This is, it's called a bottom buddy. And you stick the baby wipe in there. And that's what I use to wipe myself. If I didn't have this, I'd have to call my husband all the time.
Oh, wow.
And right here
Uh-huh.
is the release mechanism that releases the paper when I'm done. And
Well,
right now,
I've never
it's in
seen
a bag
anything.
because it's not in the bathroom.
I've never seen anything like that. Didn't even know
Well,
they had it.
they're on Amazon. And the nurse had recommended that I get that when I was in the well, it's a recovery home. It's also a nursing home.
Yeah.
And they recommended that, and I think it used to run like $50, and now it's like $35.
That is neat because you don't realize you need something like that until your back is spasmed or you
Yeah,
have shoulder surgery and you can't move your arm, or there's so many different reasons I could.
I got that too.
Yeah, mine's my left. And I told my husband earlier today, I said, I feel like somebody punched me in my arm. He said, well, I'm sorry. I said, it's right there in that scar. I said, I feel like it's bruised.
Yeah, and ever since I had that surgery, I have this spot right here on my arm, and if I press on it, it hurts like
Yeah.
the dickens, and it's a little like bump. And I've asked the doctors, and several of them tell me I don't know what that is. And then finally, I've had two different doctors say it's um, a collection of fat.
Yeah.
I'm like, fat? What? But I
Yeah.
press on my belly. It don't hurt. Why is that hurt?
It's different in our arms because even when I lost my weight, well, the little fat cell's gonna pull up somewhere. But yeah, they
Yeah,
feel like BBs. I'm
yeah,
actually feeling of it now. One of
yeah.
them.
Mine's a little bit bigger than that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
or hip surgery, and I thought I was going to have hip surgery when my back started acting up, and I went and saw the orthopedist that did my knee, and he was like, "No, your hip it has a little bit of arthritis, but it's not that bad." So he sent me for therapy, and I'm doing therapy.
Yeah, I've had that electrical current
Me
test as
too.
well,
Me
and
too.
they've said nothing's wrong with my legs or anything, but yet I have neuropathy, and I
I
take
go ahead.
gabapentin for it. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. I interrupted you.
But for them to say that, one set of doctors said nothing's wrong, but yet others give me this medicine and they say something's wrong. So that's one reason, disability hearings, and if you have too many medical records, they pick the ones they want. If one doctor says nothing's wrong with you, they're going to take that record
Yeah.
to show. And if the lawyer takes this one that said the doctor told me in 2015, no, um, yeah, 2015, the doctor told me come out, but they took what another doctor said, and it's crazy. It's just
That
they
is
pick and
crazy.
choose what they want.
Well, I guess I was very blessed because the doctors that did mine was my spine doctor, the original one that did my laminectomies, and then my rheumatologist. Those were the two doctors that sent in stuff for me to get my SSI. And this was before my fusion and my rods. And I can't pick you up. My daughter's dog is crying, wanting me to pick her up. Will you please put her up here?
Yeah, Mary said, aren't insurance companies delightful? Yes, insurance companies
Oh,
also play a big role because my long term, short term from work, because my rheumatologist didn't send in the paperwork on me. They didn't take my regular doctor's word for it, so they just refused to pay. So I've gone 5 years without any income, and
Wow.
and if it were not for Mama and living here with my husband working and kind of combined income, I don't know. Mary, like Mary says, she's single. Didn't you say that, Mary?
Thank you for coming, Sandy.
Love you, Sandy. Thank you for jumping
Yes,
in.
love you too.
But all right, Sandy's single. Mary, I think Mary says she's single. But what in the world do people do if
I
they're
don't know.
disabled and they're by themselves?
I don't know.
It's really made me open my eyes, and that's why I want more people to be aware. Also, be aware that you don't have to curl up in bed if you have a computer. Get on the good channels, get on the happy channels, or the ones that's informative,
Yeah.
like what you're wanting to do. It's very important.
This is my daughter's dog.
Oh, that looks like Chica.
Her name is Waffles.
That looks like Liz Ann's Chihuahua. I always say Snoop Dogg, but it's Chica.
Yeah, that's Waffles. She's got a little too much weight right now.
Mary
Carla,
said, yeah.
I do sometimes, but I think I do it more inside myself than I do outside,
I did. I did a lot of crying. I did a lot of praying, crying out, at
Yeah.
God. And then Casey, it was a blessing when he started doing Bible reading. But that's why my husband was glad when things turned out like they did for my channel, because he said he loves to tune in and see me laughing. And it went a little bit too long that he wasn't seeing me laugh.
I've been told that too.
So you have to find something, and if you're not able, they don't, I'll drive sometimes, but just up the road.
Be glad you can drive.
See,
I can't drive.
and it's not going to be very long that I'm going to be too afraid, to drive, or, my husband or my son will be afraid for me to drive. So, if you can't get out, and if you can't socialize, or if it's too tiring to get dressed, or if you're on uneven ground, or all the things that people don't realize that can keep you from going somewhere, find a good group of lady friends.
Yes. But Mary said that you have just blossomed.
Aw, thank you, Mary. Mary remembers. Mary remembers when I just lay on Casey's bed and listen to him, and I wouldn't even get dressed for the day. But it's the joy of the Lord. It's what I get from you, Denise. It's what I get from the chat. God blessed me with people. You can be blessed with all the money in the world and be miserable.
Yes, true.
And you can go to parties and be around hundreds of people that call themselves your friends and go home lonely. But for some reason, the people I've met on here, they're real. They're as real as if they're sitting beside me somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like you are real, You can find a place. It's almost like the Cheers commercial. Everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
But when you start going in different, like Sandy's or mine, or you go in somebody else's, and I'm sorry, I keep rambling on, but you'll start seeing some of the same people. So it's like going into a room full of your friends. Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Mary.
exactly.
Yeah, hey, Denise.
Well, I don't want to interrupt Sandy's live, So I want to end this,
Yeah, I'm I'm
and I
gonna
want
go
you
lay
to
back
get
down.
well. I want you to get well.
I'm praying that tomorrow I'll wake up and come on.
Well, hopefully I can come on with you tomorrow. I mean,
Yay!
I can.
And I was
Can
supposed to have art therapy today, and I had my little spot cleaned off and had it all ready. Even had my little bow tie for St. Patrick's Day, but
oh
it just didn't work out. So anyway,
yeah, I was gonna wear green, and my kids were like, "It's okay, it's okay. You gotta wear green."
oh,
So,
what have I? Oh my gosh, I got on stuff that's just not matching. I don't care. Um, but anyway, I am so glad that you set this up, and I'm not cooking. I think they already got something to eat.
bye,
So
Mary. Love you.
bye, Mary. I love you. And I guess I'll go in there and back in my bedroom and pull up and
Okay,
listen and watch Sandy for a little while.
okay,
But
get
thank you
well.
so much for having
Oh,
me
you're
on.
welcome. You're welcome. And thank you for coming on.
And
And
I go ahead.
no, go ahead.
And I hit that, friends, on the vulture thing. Now that I
Okay.
know who you are,
And if you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe to me. You can subscribe to Vulture the Dumpster Diver. Actually, it's Denise hyphen Vulture the Dumpster Diver as well, if you'd like. And we're showing updates. We show what we're going to resell, and sometimes we show dumpster diving. But my husband had a knee replacement, so he hasn't been dumpster diving much. Um, but like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
and I just sent it out on Twitter as
Oh,
well
thank
as,
you.
and I'd already shared it, I think, twice on my page. I sent it to the Christian. I sent it to the Christian woman. The link that we have on Facebook. I sent it to all them. That's how Mary's seen it and Sandy.
Thank
So
you.
we're gonna
Thank
get you out there. We're gonna get
Oh,
you,
thank you.
and you because you got the best. You got the most beautiful smile and the best
Thank you.
disposition. And I'm just glad to call you my friend, my new friend.
I'm glad to call you my new friend too. And
Yeah,
Mary, I'm glad this was helpful to you. That's my whole purpose. I want to be encouraging, and I want you guys to never give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And
amen.
and when you if you work out, or you're trying to lose weight, do it for you. Don't do it for somebody else, because it won't work. It'll come back. Believe me. Been there, done that.
Yep.
So, okay. I love you guys.
Love you too.
See you soon.
Bye, ladies.
Bye bye, ladies. Thank you all for coming.